Did you know that nearly 60% of relationships end because one partner feels unappreciated or misunderstood? Surprisingly, trying to fix your partner could be the reason behind this breakdown. Many people believe that love is about changing or fixing each other's flaws, but that's not true. In fact, 70% of couples argue about the same things over and over because of this very mindset. In this video, we're going to dive deep into why fixing people in relationships doesn't work and how it can actually harm both you and your partner. You'll discover the hidden dangers of trying to fix your partner, learn why acceptance is the key to love, and find out how to build a stronger, healthier relationship. If you've ever felt like you're constantly trying to change someone or be changed yourself, you're not alone. Stick with us to learn how letting go of the fixing mindset could be the best choice you'll ever make for your happiness and love life. Ready to change the way you see relationships forever? Let's get started. Chapter 1: The Myth of the Perfect Fix. When you enter a relationship, it's tempting to think that if someone is struggling, you can fix them. This idea is deeply rooted in our culture. We see love as a magical force that can heal anything, from broken hearts to bad habits. But here's the truth: love is not about fixing people. In fact, according to Dr. Laura Berman, a renowned therapist, people don't need to be fixed, they need to be accepted. So, why do so many of us believe that we can fix someone? Part of it is our desire to help, and part of it is the myth of the perfect relationship. We think that if someone just changed this one thing about themselves, they'd be perfect. The reality is, when we try to fix others, we are often imposing our standards on them. We expect them to be someone they're not. Instead of changing them, what we should focus on is understanding them. Relationships work best when both partners bring their true selves to the table, flaws and all. In fact, studies show that relationships based on acceptance and respect tend to be more fulfilling. A 2014 study by the University of Texas found that couples who focused on accepting each other's flaws had better relationship satisfaction. So, what's the takeaway here? Stop aiming for perfection. Instead, embrace the imperfections. The perfect relationship isn't about fixing one another, but about growing together. You might be thinking, but if I don't try to help them, aren't I giving up on them? The answer is no. Helping and fixing are two very different things. Helping someone means offering support and being there for them. Fixing someone means taking away their autonomy and making them feel like they're broken. Remember, people are not puzzles to be put together. They're individuals to be loved. Instead of seeing a partner as a project, try to see them as a person. Accept their flaws. Learn to love them as they are. This shift in perspective can change everything in a relationship. Chapter 2: Healing starts within. Self-love first. Before you can truly love someone else, you have to love yourself. This might sound cliché, but it's essential. Think about it: if you don't believe you're worthy of love, how can you expect someone else to? A 2015 study published in the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that individuals who have a healthy level of self-love are more likely to have stable, fulfilling relationships. Self-love isn't about being arrogant, it's about knowing your worth. It's about treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you'd show a friend. Here's the thing: when you try to fix someone else, you're often avoiding your own personal growth. When you're obsessed with fixing others, it can be a sign that you're neglecting your own issues. In a way, it's easier to focus on someone else's problems than to confront your own. But true healing begins within. Self-love is also about setting boundaries. If you're constantly trying to fix someone, you might be neglecting your own needs. According to Dr. Brené Brown, a leading researcher on vulnerability, if we don't have boundaries, we let people step all over us. By practicing self-love, you can set healthy boundaries that protect your emotional well-being while still offering support to your partner. The best relationships are built on mutual growth. So, instead of focusing on changing your partner, focus on bettering yourself. As you become the best version of yourself, you'll naturally attract someone who complements that. Take time for self-reflection. Try journaling or meditating to better understand your thoughts and feelings. The more you know yourself, the easier it will be to engage in a relationship based on mutual respect, not fixing or changing. Chapter 3: Unmasking the savior complex. We all know that one person who feels like they're always fixing everyone around them. Maybe you even play that role yourself. It's called the savior complex, and it can be toxic for both you and the people you're trying to help. The savior complex is the belief that you're responsible for rescuing people from their struggles. While it's rooted in a desire to help, it often comes from a place of control. You might think, if I can just fix this person, I'll make everything better. But in reality, this dynamic can drain you emotionally and can prevent the other person from growing. Research shows that people with a savior complex often struggle with boundary setting. A 2017 study from the University of California found that individuals with high levels of empathy tend to neglect their own needs in relationships, often because they feel compelled to help others. This can lead to burnout and resentment. The savior complex also can create unhealthy dependency. When you constantly step in to fix someone, they might start to rely on you for everything. This dynamic stifles their growth and can create an imbalance in the relationship. So, how do you break free from this pattern? First, recognize that you're not responsible for someone else's happiness. Everyone has the power to change their own life. Instead of trying to fix them, support them. Encourage them to take responsibility for their own issues and decisions. You might be thinking, but what if they really need me? Here's the thing, true love means empowering the other person, not taking away their ability to solve their own problems. Think of it this way, if you keep doing all the work for someone else, you're robbing them of their opportunity to grow. Instead of stepping in to fix things, try active listening. Be there for them, but avoid giving unsolicited advice. Help them find their own solutions. This approach allows both partners to feel empowered instead of one feeling like they're constantly being rescued. When you let go of the savior complex, you'll find that relationships become healthier, more equal, and much more fulfilling. Remember, people don't need rescuing, they need respect and understanding. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips on building healthier relationships. Chapter 4, Love's True Power, Accepting Imperfections in Any Relationship. One of the hardest things to do is accept each other's imperfections. We often go into relationships thinking that we'll fix or change the other person. But real love isn't about perfection, it's about accepting each other as we are. Psychologist Dr. John Gottman, known for his work on relationships, has found that one of the biggest predictors of relationship success is not how perfect we are, but how well we handle each other's flaws. In fact, a study by Gottman's Institute found that couples who accept each other's imperfections are 50% more likely to stay together long term. Why does acceptance matter? When we accept our partner's flaws, we stop expecting them to be something they're not. We embrace their quirks, their bad habits, and their little mistakes. Instead of seeing these flaws as problems, we start to see them as part of what makes them unique. This leads to greater compassion and understanding. Acceptance also makes room for personal growth. When you stop focusing on changing your partner, you create space for both of you to grow together. Rather than trying to mold your partner into someone they aren't, focus on growing alongside each other. In her book Radical Acceptance, Dr. Tara Brach talks about how accepting imperfections isn't just good for your relationship, it's also essential for your mental health. She writes, when we can accept ourselves and others as they are, we open ourselves up to deeper love and compassion. So, instead of striving for a perfect partner, focus on loving them fully, with all their flaws. Acknowledge that imperfection is part of being human, and that's what makes love real and beautiful. Chapter 5, When Fixing Turns into Controlling. One of the dangers of trying to fix someone is that it can easily slip into controlling behavior. At first, it might feel like you're just trying to help. But over time, your attempts to change your partner can begin to undermine their independence. According to Dr. Laura Berman, a relationship expert, fixing turns into control when we start imposing our will on someone else, thinking it's for their own good. When you start to believe that your way is the only way, you're not supporting your partner, you're controlling them. A 2016 study from the Journal of Social and Personal Relationships found that controlling behaviors in relationships are linked to lower satisfaction and more conflict. Partners who feel controlled may start to feel resentful, leading to more distance and less intimacy. This is why it's important to be aware of the line between helping and controlling. Helping means offering support, guidance, and love. But controlling means taking away their ability to make their own decisions. And in the long run, controlling behaviors can hurt both partners. Instead of trying to fix or control, focus on communication. Have an honest conversation about your concerns and needs. But remember, it's equally important to listen to your partner's feelings. True love means respecting each other's choices, even if you don't always agree. Dr. Harriet Lerner, author of The Dance of Anger, emphasizes, when we try to control or fix others, we're not giving them the space they need to be their true selves. Relationships thrive when both partners are free to make their own decisions and be authentic. So, if you're tempted to fix or control your partner, stop and ask yourself, are you respecting their autonomy? Are you allowing them to grow, even if it means they might not do things the way you would? Chapter 6, From Fixer to Freedom. Creating equal partnerships. The ultimate goal in any relationship should be to create an equal partnership, where both people grow, support each other, and contribute to the relationship's success. When you stop trying to fix someone, you open up the opportunity for both partners to be equals in the relationship. Research from the American Psychological Association shows that couples who share equal power in their relationships are more likely to experience long-term happiness. In these partnerships, both people have a voice, both make decisions together, and both take responsibility for their actions. When you let go of the need to fix someone, you begin to see them as an equal, not a project. You stop seeing their flaws as problems and start seeing them as parts of who they are. In turn, your partner will likely start seeing you the same way. This mutual respect and understanding can make your relationship more fulfilling and joyful. It's important to remember that no one is perfect. We all make mistakes, and we all have flaws. But in an equal partnership, both partners support each other's growth. Instead of trying to fix each other, focus on growing together. Encourage each other to be the best versions of yourselves, without trying to change one another. In her book The 7 Principles for Making Marriage Work, Dr. John Gottman points out that successful couples don't focus on fixing each other. Instead, they work together to build a strong foundation of trust, respect, and shared goals. This creates a sense of partnership that goes beyond fixing problems. Another key to creating an equal partnership is being emotionally available. According to a study from the University of California, emotional support and connection are critical for a healthy relationship. It's not about fixing your partner's problems, but about being there for them, offering encouragement, and helping them feel understood. When both partners are emotionally present and supportive, the relationship becomes a safe space for growth and change. You're no longer focused on fixing each other, you're focused on creating a shared life that is built on mutual respect, trust, and love. By shifting your mindset from fixing to accepting, helping to empowering, you can create healthier, more balanced relationships. Relationships are about two people coming together to grow, not about one person trying to change the other. Instead of focusing on fixing someone, focus on creating a relationship that allows both of you to thrive as individuals and as partners. When you embrace each other's imperfections and let go of control, you free both yourself and your partner to experience a deeper, more fulfilling connection. If you want more tips on healthy relationships, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell.